Hey you guys, I wish you could see the sunset more clearly. It's so pretty, but in person it has like shades that you can't quite see on the camera. Anyway, I have a video that I wanted to record for you guys. I actually have a whole bunch. I'm going to be slowly working on them over the course of the week because I literally have that much information that Spirit wants me to talk about. It's ranging the topics. I actually have to even make it outlines so that I don't forget anything because there's so much information that I've channeled in the last month that Spirit wants me to talk about. I actually think that even though I meant to start earlier or start sooner, that it was meant to happen this week just because of it's such a powerful week between the 4/4 portal and the full moon and the Easter portal. So I'm excited to get this information out for you guys. I've been trying to do it forever, but you know, life stuff. So for this one, it's kind of like a soft start here. It's not as major as what's to come. Like what's to come, I'm going to be talking about establishing a new paradigm for relationships and family, spirit babies, the 100, exactly what the 144,000 are, the history of the 144,000 and twin flames, the different groups of twin flames and twin rays, monadic twin flames. That's not actually the correct term. It's monadic souls, but most of you would have heard monadic twin flames because that's the term that has been used previously by channels. However, Spirit has told me to use the term monadic souls. So I'm going to be talking about that and explaining what they are. And more. I can't remember right now. I know I've been meaning to talk about religion and spiritual warfare as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to get to those this week yet or not. I do want to because of the correlation with Easter. So that's a goal. And honestly, there's probably more that I'm forgetting right now. But for today, I've been strongly guided, and then I outright asked, like, Spirit, do I need to talk about this? And was told yes. And not only was I told yes, I was told now. I think because it's getting worse out there in the twin flame universe. We're losing the pretty colors. I was told that I need to talk about and give you guys a warning regarding, sorry, hold on. Sorry about that. Okay, I was told I need to give you guys a warning regarding carefully discerning who you are getting your twin flame guidance from. And this isn't about me. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. Like, you have to use your own discernment and resonance if you feel guided to listen to me. But this is about the stories that I'm hearing from people, from what other twin flame readers, and I don't know if I would call them channels or coaches or what, and because I don't even know necessarily who they are, so I don't know how they sell themselves, but anything along those lines. So yeah, I've just been hearing some stories of what people have been told that I'm like, what? And I also saw something else about this other woman who has a really large following, actually. And well, let me come back to that. Okay, so Spirit needs you guys to know that the amount of misinformation in the twin flame community now, sorry, there's like, I don't know if it's an animal or a child or someone nearby that keeps getting my attention, but there is so much rampant misinformation in the twin flame universe now that you just have to be so careful. I feel like because the term twin flame has become well known now, and psychics all know the term twin flame, like every time you get a psychic reading, like it's no longer, you know, like is this my soulmate, whatever. Is it a twin flame? Is it a soulmate? Is it a karmic partner? Is it whatever? All psychics all know about it, everything. So everybody's talking about twin flames and whether or not you have one, but the question is, can they accurately judge that? Can they accurately read that? Not all of them can. I can guarantee you that, well, maybe I can't guarantee you. I believe that most, if not all, psychics now will be referring to twin flames as well. But I can guarantee you that they're not all twin flames. And I can also guarantee you that anybody who is not a twin flame does not understand what that means. They do not know what it feels like. They do not understand what it means to be a twin flame or what the journey is like. And they cannot give 100% accurate guidance on the twin flame journey if they are not a twin flame themselves. Okay, so that in itself right there is a huge one. I have heard stories from clients that got psychic readings, not twin flame readings, psychic readings, where the psychic said something to them about twin flames, being a twin flame or whatever, and gave them information or guidance about being a twin flame, but it was just like completely inaccurate. And so I would immediately be willing to bet that person is not a twin flame, because that psychic is not a twin flame, because if they were, surely they would know that what they just said was not correct at all. So here's an example for you. A client told me that a medium told her that her twin flame, or the person that she believes to be her twin flame in this lifetime, is not her twin flame. In this lifetime, they are soulmate. Oh no, sorry, hold on. They were a twin flame in a previous lifetime, but in this lifetime, they're a soulmate. And in this lifetime, the karmic has the twin flame energy with that person. That is simply not possible. Like, anybody who knows anything remotely accurate about twin flames knows that is not possible. So why is that not possible? Because twin flames become twin flames because their soul splits and becomes a two. So you cannot be twin flames in one lifetime and not in the current lifetime. It's not possible. When that soul splits and becomes the two twin flames, that's it for eternity, for the rest of your soul's existence. The karmic cannot become the twin flame, and your twin flame cannot become a soulmate instead. Like, it's just not possible. On a side note, with that particular scenario, what is actually going on there, at least in this case, is that the karmic partner is using advanced spiritual warfare practices to steal the twin flame's energy and like coat themselves with it, you could say. I don't know the exact way to explain this because I'm not the one, like, even though I'm knowledgeable about this stuff, I don't do the work to fix it, so I don't know exactly how they do it. But there are karmic partners who are under the influence and control by the dark and by demonic entities who are working with very skilled practitioners in the dark arts, and they are doing stuff like this to steal the energy and the spiritual DNA from the divine feminine in order to make their energy feel like the twin flame, in order to get the divine masculine to stay with them, and in order to mimic the twin flame connection. And it fools the masculine as well as psychic readers. I have seen multiple times where psychic readers have confused that energy and thought that the karmic was the twin flame when they were not. And then in reality, the karmic was stealing the energy from the divine feminine. So if anyone ever tells you that, you need to get help. But anyway, so that is one example of a psychic who does not know what they're talking about. And, you know, she said that that psychic medium was very accurate for other stuff for her, but for that, when it came to twin flame, their twin flame journey and the energy, that psychic just was clueless, knows nothing, because it's simply not possible for that soul connection to change from twin flame to soulmate, or that the karmic could become the twin flame. So there's one example for you of when you need to use discernment. Okay. While I'm on the topic of black magic, let me also add, if you're working with a reader who does not believe in black magic, you need to find someone else, because black magic is very real. It actually, I'm going to get into this in a different spiritual warfare talk, but it actually is possible for people to send black magic to other people without even knowing that they're doing it, because the simple focused concentration of negative thoughts and negative energy sends black magic. But then there's also many people who do ritualized black magic, and they are intentionally doing spells and whatnot. And then you get into the advanced dark arts, and they're doing crazy shit like what I explained in the last segment. So if you are working with a psychic who does not believe in black magic, you need to find someone else, because 50% of twin flames are dealing with black magic for many different reasons, or they're dealing with spiritual warfare for many different reasons that I will explain in my spiritual warfare talk. It has to do with many different reasons, some of which is separate from you, and some of which is because of you, which I know that sounds odd to say, but I don't want to get into all of that right now. But some of it is your past life history and your karma, and some of it is the choices of the karmic partner, and some of it is just straight up dark forces trying to prevent twin flames from being together, because twin flames are creating ascension and creating new earth. They're leading that process, and the dark doesn't want that to happen. So there's many reasons why spiritual warfare happens, and you do need to be working with someone who understands that, and at the very least can point it out to you if it's occurring, so that you can get the help that you need, because it's unlikely, unless you are an experienced practitioner yourself, that you can properly handle it yourself. So at the very least, they need to know that it's real and be able to point it out to you so that you can get the right help. Okay, so that's another example. Okay, so here's the other one that like really has bugged me recently. Twin flame readers who claim to be experts or specialize in helping with the twin flame journey or helping with union, but in reality, their real life scenario is not even close to that. Now, like the main example that I'm thinking of with this is that they haven't even met their twin flame. Some of them have met their twin flame, like in the 4D or the 5D, like they're telepathically in communication with their twin flame. They're having visions, they're having 5D communication, dreams, stuff like that. But they have not met their twin flame in the physical 3D reality. Now, this doesn't discredit them completely. You know, they are twin flames. They're going through a twin flame journey. They have experience with that. They certainly have experience with the 5D connection and the telepathy and all of that stuff that they can give guidance about. But they don't have any experience at all with physically living the twin flame path. You know, I have been told by spirit the twin flame journey is activated when you physically meet your twin flame. Now, I actually want to go back to spirit and clarify about this for all of the people who are telepathically in communication with their twin, but not, but haven't physically met. I believe that probably, I actually think it's more of a twin ray thing than a twin flame. I think it's the twin rays who are experiencing that more, unless maybe the later wave twin flames are. And maybe for that group, their activation is occurring telepathically and not necessarily physically. But in either case, regardless of whether or not it's activated, like I said, they are not experiencing anything in the physical 3D world, then they don't have any experiences to go by to give guidance about. They can connect with spirit, they can tell you what spirit is telling them, but they have nothing to work from their own physical experiences to be able to give guidance on the twin flame journey. Like, I have realized for myself all along the way, part of how spirit, I guess you could say, like manage things with me was, for me helping others, I had to go through all of these different things. It's funny because I had a friend who would say that over and over and over again. You have to experience it so that you can help other people. And it's kind of crazy to me because I think about when I started doing readings and helping people, and I still had so much to learn, but everybody always has so much to learn. I mean, even now, I know a lot, but I also know that I still have so much to learn. So everybody is in that boat to some degree. But, and for me personally, like, I am extremely close to union, and to be honest, I will not be stating when I'm in union anyway. I've been told by spirit that I can't. I need to protect myself and my twin. So we're extremely close to union, but nobody publicly is going to know when we are in union any time around when it occurs anyway. So just so you know, just fair warning. But so I was just saying, what I can tell you is that I'm extremely close to union. I've gone through an immense amount of stuff with the twin flame journey, and majority of the steps and phases that you go through, I would say, if not all of them, we're in the reunion phase. Our relationship is solid and stable in and of itself. It's just that being physically together, living in the same house, basically, that it's not quite there yet, and that is really more to do with external stuff than anything else. I've gone through spiritual warfare, extensive spiritual warfare, and just, I've been through a lot of it. So I have the experiences to be able to explain to you, and I'm channeling the stuff. But I can't speak for other twin flame readers. The only thing that I can tell you is an example that was told to me from a client who said that she got a twin flame reading from a reader who claimed to be an expert at unions. And then at some point, I actually don't know if this was conversation between them or if the client figured this out from the person's videos on TikTok. But it turned out that that twin flame reader, who claims to be a specialist in unions, not only is not in union, but has never met their twin flame in the physical 3D reality. And they claim that their twin flame is a famous dead celebrity. Michael Jackson, to be specific. I don't know how, okay, I'm going to be honest. I don't know how you can take that seriously. I really don't. Like, a celebrity is one thing. There are a significant amount of twin rays who have celebrity twin flames, and that's for a reason and a purpose in this lifetime. And so they are going through that experience. And anybody who's in that position is able to give guidance on that experience. And I'm sure that there are many readers, well, I don't know about many, but I'm sure that there are readers, in fact, I know one, who are going through that experience, and they are meant to help other twin flames, or twin rays in this case, that are going through that experience. But I don't know how a reader can claim to be an expert at unions when they have never met their twin flame in the physical reality. Their twin flame is a celebrity and is dead. if the person that she claims is really their twin flame as well. So, like I said, I don't even know what to say to that. You have to use your discernment on, is this someone that I can trust to get a twin flame reading from, or to trust on their guidance on the twin flame journey? Like, because there are people who, there are a lot of psychics and there are a lot of readers who are capitalizing on the twin flame terminology, but they don't really know what they're talking about at all, and they don't have the experiences to provide the accurate guidance. They might be able to connect with spirit. I don't know how well, because that depends on the person, but they might be able to connect with spirit, but that does not mean that they know what they're talking about as far as guidance on the journey goes. Okay, I already touched on this, but I do want to reiterate a little bit more. I fully believe that there are psychics and twin flame readers who are not, or may or may not be twin flames, but are definitely capitalizing on the twin flame terminology and concept to get business, to make money. And they may or may not know what they're talking about. But I mean, I certainly hope that they do, but they may or may not. I mean, there are scammer psychics anyway. So I'm sure there are scammer supposed twin flame readers and coaches who aren't twin flames and are just fully trying to make money off of it. So you have to be careful and use discernment. I also want to go back and say, I don't think that you should throw out the baby with the bathwater when it comes to readers who are not in union, because I do think that there's probably a large number that are not in union, and probably majority, to be honest. I mean, twin flame unions became more prevalent in 2022 primarily. They started, I'm thinking back to what I channeled. I know that they started increasing in 2021. And by the end of 2021, there were supposed to be 15% of twin flames in union. And in 2022 saw a huge jump. I don't remember the exact numbers right now though. And 2023 is now continuing, like first wave should be in union now, second wave should be coming into union by the June summer solstice. So yes, there's more and more and more twin flames coming into union. And there can definitely be readers who are in union or who are super close to it like me. I thought I was first wave, but I realized upon channeling more information that I'm actually second wave, so that makes sense now. So I'm sure there are people like me as well who have been through enough, understand enough, that they know enough. And honestly, there's probably also twin flame readers who are not super close to union. They might think that they are, because I think that spirit tends to let us think that it's really close so that we can persevere more easily. But my main point is that they're in the middle of the journey, and they can still be good readers and accurate readers if they're connecting well with spirit. So don't automatically throw that out. Like, not being in union is not a necessary prerequisite for being a good twin flame reader. It's more so about the accurate knowledge, okay? And I do take it both. Like, part of it is what spirit is telling them, and part of it is their knowledge and their wisdom from experiencing it. Because the spirit channeling can only do so much. If you're not experiencing it, like in your reality, in your physical reality, if you're not experiencing it, then you can't help that there's gaps missing. You know what I mean? So, also when it comes to channeling with spirit, this is something that a lot of readers probably even don't even realize that they need to be doing it. But if they're not protecting themselves and protecting their readings to ensure that they are connecting with the right spirits, or if they think that they're connecting with good spirits but they're not actually good spirits, that's another thing that you have to be careful with, because trickster spirits and demons will interfere with spirit communication to cause confusion and to give false information. And they do it all the time, and they do it very easily. I have seen how easily, from practicing myself, from learning how to make sure that my own readings are protected, and I have seen how easily that interference can happen. Like, literally, like, you can start off a reading speaking to the right spirits, and in the middle of it, the interference can jump in. So, and that's why, like, now I'm so confident, because I know that I'm doing everything the right way to ensure that that doesn't happen. But I have had I've literally had conversations with demons and trickster spirits when they have interrupted, and I caught them, because I know how to. Not everybody knows how to. Not everybody even knows that they need to. So that is another thing when it comes to getting psychic readings and twin flame readings. That, are they connecting with the right spirits? Do they know how to protect their readings and ensure that they're getting accurate information? There's also a lot of twin flame readers who are not channeling information. They're strictly doing readings. I have no comment on that. I don't know why. I guess spirit just wanted me to throw that out there. Just, that's something else to keep in mind. If they're just a reader and they're not channeling, they probably couldn't be considered a twin flame expert, but spirit is helping them with readings for people. You would have to use your discernment on the person. Okay, so let me think if there's anything else. There is. I knew there was. Okay, there's a different issue when it comes to the twin flame readers who are not in union. A different problem that they might have, or that they might be doing, is that they are giving subjective feedback or subjective guidance, meaning, they're not staying in a state of neutrality. They're giving their guidance based on where they are at on their journey and what their experiences have been and what they believe to be true. But just because that's what they believe doesn't mean that it's necessarily actually true. So there's two big examples for that. One of them is that twin flame readers who believe that you can give up on your twin flame and that you can choose a different path and not stay on the twin flame journey. And there's also those who believe that you can just be friends with your twin flame, that you can be platonic and just be friends, just do mission work together and not be romantically connected as well. Now, there's different reasons why that can be the case. The reason why I'm explaining here is about that at their stage of their twin flame journey, that's where they're at. They've either chosen to try to give up, or they believe that they can't come into union with their twin flame, and therefore they are just going to be platonic, or they're just going to do mission work or whatever. And they are not able to see a bigger picture in understanding the twin flame journeys as a whole. And they're just going 100% based on where they're at. So their guidance is biased to that. So that's something you have to be careful of. Now, there's a different reason as well that is something that has come to me more recently in the channelings. I'm going to be talking about this more in the coming days. But because now that I understand that there are different groups of twin flames and twin rays, I also understand that there's different purposes to each group and that they're going to experience different things. You know, the primary group of twin flames is going to, you want to see something funny? He was about to jump on the screen because he probably saw a lizard or something, but it seems he's abandoned. Sorry, he's funny. Anyway, the first primary group of twin flames that I refer to as twin flames, they are meant to come into union in this lifetime. It is guaranteed, and nothing can change that. It might be able to be delayed or slowed down based on spiritual warfare, but nothing can change that. And they cannot abandon the journey. Soul will overrides free will. But for twin rays and for monadic souls, those rules are different. So twin rays and monadic souls may be able to choose to give up, may be able to choose to just be platonic and stay friends, or just work on mission work, whatever. It's a different set of rules for each group because what they are experiencing and what their purpose is in this lifetime are different. Someone who doesn't understand that will not be able to give the right guidance. So, and if they can't find out from spirit what you are, then they can't give guidance to that either. So those are all various different reasons why you have to be really, really careful about who you're getting twin flame readings from, who you're getting twin flame guidance from, who you're listening to just to learn about twin flames, or whether they're reading, listening to, whatever, you know what I mean, doing your research. When you're researching twin flames, you have to be so careful about where you're getting the information from because there's so much rampant misinformation. All of those reasons I just said about whether or not they are giving accurate information. And then that just occurred to me as well, then there's also the ways that the dark is trying to distribute bad information in the twin flame community, and the way popular culture is latching onto it and spreading false information as well. So please use discernment. I have one more thing that I want to talk about connected to all of this, but I'll start a new video. Okay, I forgot about this. I'm recording it last, but I'm probably going to insert it in the middle of the videos at a hopefully appropriate time, so that it's in sequence. So there's one other thing that I saw recently about twin flame readers that bothered me a lot. I actually asked about this person. I mentioned her at the beginning of all this because I was like listing stuff and then I didn't go into depth about it. So here's the depth. There's this spiritualist. I don't know much about her. I don't know what she specializes in. I know that she is now talking about twin flames. She has a very large following on Instagram, at least. She has like in the six figures. I want to say like 185,000 followers or something like that. People started sending me some stuff she's been posting recently about twin flames, about the 144,000 and stuff like that. And they were like, look, she's saying the same thing that you are. And I know it was meant, sorry, bug. I know it was meant to be like a validation, like, hey, this person is saying the same thing as you. And maybe it was also meant along the lines of, because like, look, she's really popular, has this large following, she talks about all this stuff, and now she's saying all this stuff, and it's the same thing as what you say. So fine. I don't know anything else about her. I did start following her out of curiosity to see what else she says. But someone pointed out to me the other day, which I did not know this because I'm not paying super close attention to her. Someone pointed out to me that there's a couple things. Well, she said something that we know not to be true. Yeah, even though I can't provide proof for you guys, I'm completely confident in it. Apparently, she has stated that everybody has a twin flame. That's not true. Not everybody has a twin flame. And I don't know, my thought process is that maybe if she didn't previously channel about twin flames, maybe she just still has a lot to channel and still has a lot to learn herself, even though she's very gifted herself. Maybe she still has a lot to learn herself. I don't know how new she is to the journey. I heard through the grapevine that she has said that she has not met her twin in the physical 3D reality. She referred to meeting two different twins telepathically. I'm not sure if it was in dreams or what it was, or in meditation, but that she interacted with them in meditation and visions and has done healing work for them. But I heard that the first one she was guided to like leave behind, like he's not ready or it's not this, like I don't know exactly. And now there's someone else, but she has not met either of them or any twin flame in her physical 3D reality. While I know a lot of you could jump on that right away and say, wait, more than one, I will tell you that this is part of what I'm going to be talking about with my videos this week. When it comes to the different groups of twin flames, there are quads. So, and there's more quads than what we realize. So I do think that it's possible that she might have interacted with different members of her quad. I will explain that. I know you guys are going to be like, wait, what? Wait, you need to talk about that now. We will get there. Sorry, there's only so much time in the day. I will record it as soon as I possibly can. But yes, there are quads. Don't take it like you think though. Like, don't take it as, I have more than one twin flame. Are you kidding? Like, how the hell am I supposed to go through this with more than one twin flame? It's not like that, okay? You're only going to go through this process with one. You might interact or have temporary relationship situations with the other members of your quad, but it's not a guarantee. It's specific to each twin flame quad, and I really can't even go into that further anyway, because it's specific to each person. Like, sorry, my cat jumped on the table. It keeps making everything rock. Say hello. Don't stick to me. I've been told that he guards my back while Nala guards my front. He doesn't like to be held, can you tell? Anyway, so yeah, I can't really elaborate more on how you will interact with the other members of your quad. If you are a quad, not everybody is. There's a small percentage of quads compared to the rest of twin flames. I will explain this much more in depth later on this week, okay? But yes, quads exist. You may never know that you meet the other members of your quad, even if they exist, okay? Like, I didn't know that. Like, now I realize that someone that I was kind of with in college was the third member of my quad. I did not know that until recently, and I never would have guessed that that was the case. But now it makes sense. I'll use that example when I explain everything, but I don't want to continue on about this. Basically, my point is that I think it's very possible that she spoke to other members of her quad. So that isn't necessarily wrong or inaccurate, but I also want to point out, just like I said earlier, she has not physically met any of her twin flames or quad members. So she might be channeling information about twin flames, but she doesn't know from experience other than doing that spiritual healing work with them. So that's something to take into consideration. Now, the other thing that was pointed out to me that actually bothers me a lot is that it's $15,000 to work with her. It's $15,000 to do a retreat with her that probably doesn't include, actually I could almost guarantee it doesn't include flight. It might include lodging though. But even if you don't do that retreat in Mexico, it's $15,000 just to work with her for 3 months. I don't know exactly what it entails, but I know that to have a mentorship or a coaching, whatever, with her for 3 months is $15,000. And that is so appalling to me that I can't even explain to you guys. Like, you guys know the story about Jesus when he goes into the temple and there's something, exchanges of money or whatever, and he gets really upset and he like knocks all the money off the table. Like, that is my reaction to twin flame readers and coaches who charge exorbitant prices, because my feeling, and maybe it's because I work directly with Jesus or what, I don't know, but my feeling is we're supposed to help people. We're supposed to help twin flames, achieve what they need to achieve, which is both their mission and union. And charging ridiculous prices that nobody can afford is greedy and is all about ego. It is not about accomplishing your mission. Like, you can make money and support yourself without doing that. Like, I'm an example of that. I do not make money to the extent where I'm rolling in the dough. Trust me. Okay, I'm a single mom. Just to get by every month, I have a part-time laundry business on the side to help pay my bills, because my business is not to the extent of where I don't need anything else. Because I refuse to charge prices like that. Because I refuse to not make help for your twin flame journey available to almost everyone. Like, I recognize that there are differences with, who you align with, who you vibrate with, who you match with, because a lot of people wouldn't match with me anyway at this point because of where I'm at on my journey, and I'm functioning from the 5D and they're so much in the 3D still that they can't even understand. But the purpose is to help twin flames, and Spirit has shown me and taught me to trust that they will provide for me, and that I can focus on this first with my business and have the other stuff as like side stuff. But to charge such exorbitant prices is just, I think, highway robbery. And I did ask Spirit about her. My immediate reaction was, is she false light because she's greedy and clearly like focused on 3D in that aspect? And I was told, no, she's not false light. She is good. She is of the light. She is trying to help people, but she is very highly in spiritual ego and in greed. And this is lessons and karma that she is working through and healing from past lives. And that's why she does that. And that's why she is at where she's at with that in her life. So I just think that you should also, that doesn't mean you don't need to work with anybody like that or her, but I just disagree with it. So use discernment in that sense as well. I have to say too that her and similar people, like, they might be very powerful. They might be very powerful healers, and it might be very beneficial to work with them, and how they might activate you in different ways or provide different types of healing. I can't say and won't say that it wouldn't benefit you to work with them, but it just is not in alignment with me to charge so much. It's a very fine line to walk between recognizing your value and worth in what you're providing, in acknowledging between you and your clientele that you're providing a service that uses up a lot of energy and a lot of time, and that you deserve to get compensated appropriately. It's important that everybody understands that an energy exchange is important in this. Like, I've actually even heard it said, although I have not discussed this with Spirit, but I have heard it said that if there is not an energy exchange, it creates bad karma for the person who is getting something for free, because they're taking from the other person. So basically, like, if you're asking for free readings and someone gives that to you, there's an energy imbalance, and you're causing bad karma for yourself because you're not reciprocating the energy back. So, you know, I don't know how true that is. Like I said, I haven't discussed it with spirit, but I do think it makes sense. I just think that the understanding of the energy exchange is important. However, I think that there's a difference between valuing your services versus charging exorbitant prices. Honestly, no matter how good you are, because we are here to be of service and to help humanity and to help Twin Flames. And I don't see how you're doing that if you are making it, if you're charging rates, okay, in that particular case, if you're charging rates that are literally like, that some people, honestly, some people, that might be what they make in, maybe not a year, that's probably too low, but like $15,000, that could be rent for a year for someone, or you know what I mean. So anyway, I don't want to keep going on about that aspect, but, and I know that, you know, she's probably a rare example, but you know, I know that there's a lot of people like that, and I see twin flame readers who charge a lot for readings. Like, I have stuff on a scale for a reason, so that there's options for people. I said my piece about that, but I was just so appalled at her prices that I was like, how can she claim to be, you know, here to help people and help twin flames and all this, and then be doing that? And like I said, my immediate reaction was, is she a false light? So then, you know, that it's entirely up to you. If you're going to work with anyone that charges more, or charges crazy prices, like I said, they very well may be very powerful and capable of helping, and helping a lot. There are times when financial investments are needed because of the help that is needed, the severity of the help that is needed, but you have to be able to have a good discernment and understanding of when that's the case. Doing that type of meditative healing work and activations, that alone, I don't know about that. The examples that I'm thinking of are pertaining to other scenarios of where significant help is needed in spiritual warfare, or something that is that you are not capable of doing on your own, and you need proper professional help. What I'm referring to with someone like her is that they may be able to help, but ultimately, my dog just knocked over the chair. Ultimately, we're all capable of doing that work ourselves if we put in the effort to learning and to working on our gifts and to developing our gifts. You know, the difference is in how much effort you're putting into yourself. Investment of yourself and your path and your healing and your spiritual work and all of that stuff, that is a thing, and it is important, but what is it going towards, and when is it appropriately valued? Okay, I guess that's where I'll leave that.